Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Live Trading Room's daily Forex analysis. Today is Thursday, February the 22nd. Let's see how the Forex market is performing at the end of the morning European session. On the index grid of our best and worst dashboard, we see the yen in first position, gaining 2.43% on its currency basket, followed by the New Zealand dollar, higher by 0.82%, and the Australian dollar gaining 0.71%. The Canadian dollar is just above parity, gaining 0.18%, and the Swiss franc is just below, losing 0.05%. The euro is down by 0.73%, the US dollar is losing 0.79%, and the British pound comes last, down by 2.75%. The power strength gives us the British pound 100% short and the yen 100% long. We have high percentages on the US dollar and the Australian dollar also, respectively 85% short and 85% long. The best trades so far on the Forex market are British pound yen, the best against the worst currency of the day, losing 0.65%, and British pound Australian dollar down by 0.43%. Now let's go to the charts to analyze the majors. Aussie US dollar is moving in a bullish tendency after a false breakout of the previous daily low. We're just below target number 1 of the bullish zone of the target geometry at 0.7826. We have a bullish price action at a scalping and intraday level with a breakout of the previous highs from M30 to H4. The pair is gaining 0.26%. We have a daily statistical forecast in favor of a possible continuation of the move. The RSI is above 50 on every time frame except H4 and the daily. We have an 85% long Australian dollar against an 85% short US dollar. So should the market remain above 0.7817, we may have a continuation to the upside. The euro dollar is consolidating sideways after the false breakout of the previous daily low, moving inside the no trade zone of the target geometry just above the daily opening with a percentage gain of 0.05%. We have a 71% short euro against an 85% short US dollar, so we may have a limited daily range. Should the market go back above 122.93, we may have a slight continuation to the upside on an intraday basis. The cable is moving in a bearish tendency below the previous daily low. We have a bearish price action at a scalping and multi-day level, and we're inside the bearish zone of the target geometry, just at the level of target number 1 at 138.92. We have a bearish percentage confluence up to the monthly level, and the pair is losing 0.22% on a daily basis. The RSI is below 50 from M1 to the daily with the exception of the M5 time frame. We have a confluent British pound against an 85% short US dollar, so if the market remains below the entry level of the bearish zone of the target geometry, we may have a moderate continuation to the downside. Kiwi US dollar is essentially moving sideways in a slight bullish tendency. The pair is gaining 0.16% on a daily basis, and now the market is retracing from the intraday high marked at 0.7337. We have in fact a bearish price action at a scalping and intraday level. The RSI is still above 50 from M15 to the monthly with the exception of the H4 time frame. We have a 71% long New Zealand dollar against an 85% short US dollar, so should the market remain above 0.7327, we may have a moderate continuation to the upside in direction of the monthly opening at 0.7356. US dollar Canada is moving in a bearish tendency after the false breakout of the previous daily high. The market is trading below the entry level of the bearish zone of the target geometry at 126.88. Pair is losing 0.13%. We have a 57% long Canadian dollar against an 85% short US dollar and a daily statistical forecast in favor of a possible continuation. The RSI is below 50 from M1 to M30, so should the market remain below the entry level of the bearish zone of the target geometry, we may have a moderate continuation of the bearish move. US dollar Swiss franc registered almost the same pattern, false breakout of the previous daily high, and then the market found resistance at the intersection between the monthly moving average target number 2 of the bullish zone of the target geometry, and the Fibonacci daily fan which crosses it. Now the market is trading inside the bearish zone of the target geometry, just at the target number 1 level at 0.9374. The US dollar is trying to rebound, but overall we have a 57% short Swiss franc against a 71% short US dollar, so we should see the market close a very limited daily range. Now let's close the analysis with the US dollar yen, which is moving in a clear bearish tendency with a confluent price action at a scalping and intraday level, breakout of the previous lows from M30 to the daily. The pair is losing 0.52% on a daily basis. We have a statistical confluence, an RSI below 50 on every time frame, and a confluent yen against a 71% short US dollar. So we may see a continuation of the current move. That's all for today's analysis. Thank you for your attention. Good day and good trading from Live Trading Room Trading Community.